Hello, Provo City. I'm Superintendent Dow from the Provo City School District. Today is Monday, November 10th. We have a ton of information to share with you today, so I appreciate your patience, and I'll try to move through this as quickly as I can. Last week was our National School Psychologists Week. We know that for our special education students and for our teachers who receive support in terms of how to support students with behavior, school psychologists are such an important part of our school-wide teams, and we are so grateful for the work that they do. If you have relationships with your school psychologist because they work with your students in the school, if you will give them a special thank you and note or thought of appreciation, I know it would go a long ways. Last week, Lieutenant Governor Henderson visited some of our classrooms at Westridge Elementary to see our literacy block instruction. The Lieutenant Governor is passionate about Senate Bill 127, which focuses on the implementation of the science of reading. Principal Hawkins and her teachers did an outstanding job of sharing data, showing the impact of the science of reading and how our teachers are following that program so carefully, and how, for example, their data has moved so rapidly as a result of that implementation, and just how much time they spend looking at that data and understanding so that they can support their students better. We also want to congratulate the Provo High football team. Big shout out to Coach Chambers and his staff and Principal Alvarez. They defeated Hurricane High School last Friday and advanced to the semifinals, where they will be playing at Rice Eccles Stadium this Thursday at 6 p.m. We hope all of you will come out and support the Bulldogs, as this is a big deal for all of Provo City. We also want to congratulate Marcia Judkins, who is the newly elected mayor of Provo City. We look forward to working with her and to continue our efforts to really make Provo an incredible place to live. We have a very extensive board meeting tomorrow. The study session begins at 4 p.m. in Boardroom 1. The agenda items are uploaded with all attachments. There will be a discussion about the Center for Advanced Studies and how to help accelerated learners. That will be conducted by our Director of Elementary Teaching and Learning, Judy Rose. We will have an update on special education with Director Nate Edvelson. We will have our Assistant Director of Student Services providing some PBIS data. We'll be talking about open enrollment for the district, as that is going to go live on November 15th. And we will also be sharing some employee engagement survey results and action plan, and just some ideas for how we can streamline some boundaries with some of our elementary schools. That'll just be a topic of discussion, and then if the board chooses to move forward, then we have to follow a very specific process of what that looks like, and we'll lay that out very clearly for all of our community members. The elementary schools that we are looking at specifically would be Westridge Elementary, Rock Canyon Elementary, and Edgemont Elementary. It will also be time for you to cast your vote for the calendar for the 2027-2028 school year. A link will be sent to you so that you can fill out the calendar. We know that there are many competing priorities as we set this calendar, but we really tried to respond to feedback where we keep our traditional earlier start in August. We end school before Memorial Day and have the longer breaks throughout the school year. We've tried also one where we start later in August with some shorter breaks throughout the school year, still ending before Memorial Day. And then another option, which would be we start later in August, keep the longer breaks, and end the week after Memorial Day. We feel like this kind of encompasses some of the preferences that we've heard from the community. And so we hope that you will take the time to peruse that and make sure that you're making the best decisions for your family. We have already adopted the calendar for the 2026-2027 school year. We are finalizing AB dates, the statewide ACT date, and that will be finalized shortly here in December. March 17th is caucus day for all political parties in Utah. I am asking that all of our schools not schedule any events for that evening so that our political parties would have access to our school buildings. It is really important that those of you that are responsible for hosting those events, that our classrooms are respected, that items are not taken off of walls or destroyed or in any way tampered with. We really expect that individuals will be respectful of the facilities that we are offering up for this very important democratic process, and we want to ensure that as many people as possible can participate. This is why we are asking for events to be rescheduled. We know that sometimes there are things with Utah High School association and different pieces that are beyond our control, that we can't control that, but we really are trying to work with everyone so that everyone can participate in this process, as this is a very important part of our democratic society. We have also asked our elementary schools to communicate with their communities about whether or not they are choosing to participate in Hope of America in May. Also to communicate what their plans are for 6th grade graduation or celebration ceremonies. And so that information should be coming from your elementary schools. Our Parent Advisory Committee met last week. We are so grateful for the efforts that they put forward. They provided us with extensive feedback as we begin to build our budget for the 2026-2027 school year, things that are of importance to parents and our students so that we can make sure that we're prioritizing that and finding other ways to cut our budgets with those things that are not as prevalent in terms of our overall spending priorities. Our Community Connections Committee will be meeting this Thursday at noon, and we just really appreciate the time all of our community and parent groups put forth to give us insight into the perceptions of the district as we try to share our story and really improve the educational outcomes for all students. We have put out to hire an architect for the building of the new Timpanogos Elementary on the Dixon site, so stay tuned for more information for that. That project's going to go in full swing here pretty quickly as well. With that, we hope all of you have a fantastic week. Bye now.